Music City, USA, Nissan Stadium in Nashville. The postseason rolls on, and these two teams try to finish on the light note in the Music City Bowl. It's the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets and the Texas Longhorns. Alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I am Reese Davis. Holly Rose down on the sidelines. We say hello to Holly.
The Texas Longhorns enter this season with a ton of optimism. Coming off a 10-win year last year in a season where their young quarterback, Arch Manning, took significant steps ahead. They are so excited to see if they can improve and get back to the college football playoff this season. The offensive line grew from last year. More experience for this great young quarterback. We'll see if Arch Manning can take another step this season. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. This ought to be a tremendous matchup. The Yellow Jackets offense will have the opening possession of the game. And David, we'll see whether this running back has the ability to elevate his game and really become a star in this offense.
Yeah, he's still developing. I think when you watch him, you say, oh, he's still learning the vision and how to play the running back spot. And I think you leave him, Jesse, going, I want a little bit more. I want more consistency, more big plays, so this offense can really take off.
I think the coaching staff, I think the fans know for the future of this program, they need to upgrade at the position. They'll try to do that in recruiting or the portal. But for right now, today, this guy has to be able to make plays when his opportunities show up.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Grab behind the line. It's Allen. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
Well, that receiver's looking at his teammates like, guys, what's up? You're not going to block for me on the screen? Seriously? I just lost yards on a screenplay. How does that happen?
3rd and 6, and they'll need a big play here on this opening drive. Wants to throw. It's Mendoza. Oh, they're after him. And down he goes.
Third down defense is so pivotal in a football game. In this third down, nice job. Good coverage in the back end, but the rush gets home, forcing the 4th down. Nice start for this defense.
The Yellow Jackets will punt this one away. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. Catches it at the 30, and he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he's stopped. So Texas's offense coming onto the field, and we'll get our first look at them in this one. And when you have a corner of this caliber, it gives the defense so many options in the way they can attack. We'll see what they're able to do with this guy. Got a man, it's Townsend. And that first defender was just waving at him after that sweet move. He picked up the first down.
Now watch the offensive line here. They all block run. Because they're blocking run, the quarterback decides, oh, I got a favorable matchup. He dumps it out to the right. Makes the right read, gets a nice positive gain.
Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. The run inside. It's Smothers. They'll try to move the chains on this 3rd and long from the 50. Manning from the gun on 3rd down. Moving out of the pocket. And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
And this is going to be the matchup for this defense all game long, containing the QB speed, because he can get out and he can roll. Nice job early in this football game, judging his speed, getting out there, getting the sack, and most importantly, getting a hit on him early in this football game so he can physically feel you, and those hits can start to add up throughout a football game.
The Longhorns will line up to punt it away. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. And they won't be able to down it. It goes into the end zone for a touchback. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Sends it back in motion. To throw, it's Mendoza. Here comes the heat. And that'll be incomplete, man. That would have been a big hitter on first down, but second down's coming up.
Well, the offense is trying to take a shot deep down the field. How about the coverage? Knocking that ball away and doing it clean. No PI on that one.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Caught in the backfield, it's May. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
On defense, man, it helps you a lot when you can be a linebacker or a corner or safety, anybody, and you see the QB throw the football. Now I can break on the football right away and limit gains like right here on this play.
They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. Pressure coming. Trying to buy time. Turning it on. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
And usually when a QB takes off and scrambles, it's because the defense didn't do a great job keeping lane integrity, not keeping him in the pocket, letting him get outside, and then he can do damage. Then it's the next play that you have to play instead of just the original pass. So defense has got to do a better job of keeping that guy in the pocket.
Finds his man. It's May. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down.
Early in the game, I love getting my quarterback in a rhythm. Easy pitch and catch. You've thrown him 4,000 times. Not big shots, but just put you in nice positions on the next downs coming up.
And the Yellow Jackets in a good spot here with second and short. Running inside, it's Hosley. And he's very fortunate to get it back to the line of scrimmage, greeted by a sea of defenders. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. So they had a chance to talk over this third down play to open the period. They'll try to run for it. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the first down, they've got it at the 40.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Quarterback keeps it. There's some room. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down.
And as a defensive guy, man, when you play a QB like this, that will take off and run and has the speed to make you pay, it just limits what you can do. It limits the amount of coverages. It just makes you play a lot more hesitant. And you can see right there, man, the guy's got speed. Interested to see how this defense continues to attack this QB.
Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, the offense is trying to get a big-time playmaker the ball out in space quickly with the wide receiver screen, but the defense is having none of it.
That That last one might have helped the completion percentage, but it didn't go forward. 2nd and 10 here. Keeps it on the option. And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense. Understand, listen, that QB is a threat. And they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. Wide receiver going in motion. Looking for a man. It's Mendoza. Got it. They put the brakes on him at the 21-yard line, short of the line to gain, and now field goal or go for it on 4th. Just not able to shake enough defenders and comes up a little bit short.
And I think a lot of times on 3rd down, Reese, you bet on your guy. When you're an offensive guy, you say, okay, he's going to break a tackle, he's going to get north and south and somehow get the 1st down. Nice tackling by the defense, understanding where they had to get to and forcing the 4th down.
Right down the boulevard. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. They'll start on the ground with Brown. Defense there to stop him after a 4-yard gain, and it was a good move that got him that much. After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Arch is going to throw for it. Got it in the middle. It's Smothers. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
The linebacker was not fooled at all. He read his keys. He saw the running back release out of the backfield. He's got some speed and wheels himself to run with him. And yeah, the running back made the catch, but he went right down to the ground. Really nice job that time by the linebacker.
It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. Manning from the gun on 3rd down. Got a man in the middle. Good pickup there as he gets the 1st down, and they'll mark him at the 48. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
Nice job by the quarterback, pre-snap and post-snap. He knew the defense was going to be playing zone coverage, and there was no doubt in his mind where he was going with that football.
And the Longhorns will line it up on 1st and 10. Wide receiver comes in motion. Snagged in the middle. It's Wingo. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. What will they dial up on 2nd and 8? Long way to go. Going to work in the air, it's Manning. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42. Now the Longhorns will call the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Oh, it is on the offensive line to shore up the protection after the sack on the last play. 3rd down. Here's Arch to throw. Finds his big tight end. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Well, that time on 3rd and long, they just took what the defense gave them. Nothing down the field. They were hoping maybe he could make somebody miss after the catch. Wasn't able to do it, so now it sets up 4th.
And they'll pat the kicker on the tail and tell him to go give it a shot. He's going to have to break out the thunderfoot on this one, a 57-yard attempt. 57 yards out, and he powers it through the uprights.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50-plus, and he did it with ease.
Bringing it back. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. This late in the half, here's the question: how aggressive will the play calling be? Gonna run it. It's Hosley. Just wanted to find a little space to run and ekes out some to get it up to the 21. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Reese, we figured we might get a Music City Bowl that would have social media buzzing, and through 2 quarters of football, indeed, that's the case. This defense has set the tone through 2 quarters of football. They've drawn a line in the sand, and they've held it. It's why they'll take a lead into the second half, and it could be why they come away with a big victory. With that said, let's send it back to Reese and the guys for the conclusion of the Music City Bowl.
The Yellow Jackets will line up to kick off and start the second half. He'll bring it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Here's Brown to begin the drive. Not a lot of room there. Give him a couple to the 16.
Winning first down is such a big deal on defense, like getting them into more predictable situations, more passing situations. Nice job not giving up a lot of run after contact on that first down.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Gets the back moving. Arch Madness. Keeps looking downfield. Going to try to get it himself. Might have gone into that slide a little early, and he'll be short of the first down.
And that's really a lot of what we saw in the first half by this defense. We knew coming into the football game, man, this guy's got dynamite. Like, he's got the explosive ability to make plays, throwing the football and running. And kudos to this defense. They've been dialed in, locked in, not giving up the big plays on the ground, understanding he's a threat, and playing him like that.
To the air, it's Manning. And it's incomplete on 3rd down.
Oof, you got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. 3rd down, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone, and he tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
The Longhorns send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and try to make something happen. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Looking for a gap. It's Hosley. Gain of 8 yards on the play. He's too short of the first down.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and short. Motion from the wide receiver. They'll run the counter. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
Awesome job. Run the football, right? It's really basic. Go to those plays you know can get you first downs, get you some extra set of downs, then you can go make big plays.
They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. They send the tight end in motion. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Hosley. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
That back had nowhere to go. Defensive line ate up the blocks, but how about the linebacker swarming in, coming in and making a great play on the ball carrier?
And the Yellow Jackets now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Sweet cut there. A big play, gets it into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 44.
Well, in that down and distance, you're probably expecting them to throw it way down the field to get the first. Instead, they go push pass, and they did catch the defense off guard. And even though that was a big explosive play, David, they still didn't have enough yards to get it.
Well, and catch me off guard is relative. That's what you would say, the offensive player. I would say, listen, we're playing a little bit deeper because we're not going to give up the first down. We react to the short stuff, and obviously that's a quick, easy pass from the offense. Rally up, make the play, live to fight another down.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
They punted away on fourth down. He won't be able to return this one as it goes out of bounds. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. The run inside. It Smothers. They believe in that running game. Got 6 before he stopped at the 23.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the second half.
Quick completion on the out route. He'll step out of bounds right at the 35-yard line, and maybe they've got something cooking.
That looks like a real simple play by the wide receiver, but give him a ton of credit. That was an excellent route. He never telegraphed that he was breaking to the outside. Kept his eyes downfield, so when he cuts, he's able to get maximum separation from the defender, and that's why that play is successful.
Could be an alley. Makes it past the marker. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
Well, after they struggled running the ball in the first half, you just wonder if this coaching staff made some adjustments at halftime and just said, look, we've got to get more physical and we've got to own the line of scrimmage. After that successful run, they got to keep doing this here in the second half.
The Longhorns will snap it on 1st and 10. They're going to ride this running back. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. The end of 3, and we've got a chance to have a postseason classic on our hands. Let's take a look at the stats so far. All right, stage is set. Let's see how it all plays out here in this postseason showdown. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Finding open areas. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
Complete on 3rd down. Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 32.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
Complete with conviction on the crosser. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening.
And that's why they got to keep running the football, man, because play action is going to be a big part of this game plan. You've got to get this tight end over the middle of the field vertically and give him an opportunity, because you just saw how dangerous he is after the catch.
And the Longhorns, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. Creates a little space. Touchdown, Texas!
run, he shows you why he's so dynamic. He's got all the tools in the toolbox to hit the home run, David, and they're going to stay patient with him. They know they're not going to score a touchdown every single time they give it to him, but he is that guy that can break the game wide open for this offense. Expect more from him.
Yeah, and then once you start giving it to him, you create that balance on offense. Then you can play action and suck those linebackers up. So it's only going to help this offense make it more two-dimensional as opposed to one. Get the running game going, and then it opens up the pass.
They'll try to add another to their lead. The extra point is good, and now in the fourth, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. They go 83 yards on the drive, and he capped it off with a 27-yard touchdown run. On the run from inside his own 5. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. So the Yellow Jacket offense comes out to get this drive underway. Back to pass, it's Mendoza. Here's the pressure. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down.
We're talking to the coaching staff coming into tonight. They thought they had to have success throwing the football if they were going to win this game. And one of the biggest reasons why I'd say they're losing right now is because this guy still hasn't thrown a touchdown pass. The defense has been ready for the deep shots. They're ready yet again here late in the game. Nice job forcing that incompletion.
Second down, they'll go to the air. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Well, this is a big moment for this offense, too, because you want to capitalize off getting the turnover, right? You just threw an incompletion. Now you got a big down coming up. You've got to find a way to make a play here so that you can generate points and capitalize off of the opponent's mistake.
On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. He wants to go deep. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
You know, I feel for this offense, if they're going to get back in the game, I don't know if they're going to be able to do it with chunk plays. They're going to have to be methodical and generate some first downs and march down the field.
The Yellow Jackets line up to punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. Wants to bring it back. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time they had it. Much better field position this time. Makes the catch and he's free. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
Unloads quickly. Timeout called here on defense, so they'll have a couple remaining in addition to the 2-minute stoppage to try to maximize time and get the football back. Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. They'll move the wide receiver. Quarterback gets the first down. So they'll use a timeout here. 1 more remaining, and of course the 2-minute stoppage coming up as well. The Longhorns getting set on 1st and 10. Manning with a play fake. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29. They'll use a timeout on defense here. That's their final one. The clock stops just once more at the 2-minute mark.
And a big defensive tackle getting off the rock. Nice job seeing play action, understanding his pass, beats the guard, gets to the quarterback, and gets the QB on the ground.
Wide open, makes the catch. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a 1st and goal from the 10.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with a lead get conservative. I like they didn't. Like, they trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. You know, they have to be aggressive because they're down. They've got to get to the quarterback. They've got to get stops. Nice job throwing the football, though.
And the Longhorns have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Quarterback's just going to take a knee.
And after that negative play on offense with the lead late in the game, I think there's still ways that you can be creative and run the football, but not be so obvious. So zone read type plays, fake dives and pitches to the running back to get him outside, jet sweeps. You can find other ways to keep the clock moving even though the defense knows you're going to run it.
Motion from the wideout. On the ground with the counter. Maybe some room here. He just kept those big, powerful thighs churning, but he'll be knocked down at the 1.
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on 3rd here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming downhill. I'm running the football, trying to get this in the end zone. I only got a yard to go. I got to be physical.
And the offense is content with where it is. They'll take a knee.